Hey everyone, welcome back to the EPT English podcast time. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Sophia. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're tackling a topic that's on everyone's mind: artificial intelligence and the ethical challenges it brings.
Right, AI is changing everything from how we work to how we live, and even how we think. But as we move toward a future powered by AI, the big question is, are we ready to deal with the ethical dilemmas that come with it?
It's a huge question, Jamie. I mean, AI can do a lot of amazing things, like solve problems faster than humans, assist in healthcare, and even drive cars. But are we considering the consequences of all this progress? And if so, who's making those decisions?
Let's break it down. First off, we know AI can do a lot of things that humans simply can't do as quickly or efficiently. But that doesn't mean we should just let it run wild, right?
Exactly. For example, AI is already being used in hiring decisions. Algorithms help companies filter resumes and even conduct interviews. But what happens if those algorithms have built-in biases? If they were trained on data that reflects the biases of the past, we could end up reinforcing inequality. And that's one of the first ethical challenges we face. Who's responsible if AI makes biased decisions? The companies? The developers? Or the AI itself?
It's not an easy answer. But we've seen how biases in AI can affect real-world outcomes, like in hiring or criminal justice. It's a big problem that's going to take a lot of work to solve.
Let's talk about another big issue: privacy. With AI, we're creating and storing massive amounts of data, and a lot of that data is personal. What happens when that data falls into the wrong hands?
Yeah, that's terrifying. Think about facial recognition technology. It's being used everywhere now, from airports to social media platforms. But who controls that data? And how do we ensure it's not being used in ways that violate our privacy or even our civil rights?
Exactly. Privacy is becoming a huge concern. And as AI becomes more integrated into our daily lives, we need to figure out how to protect ourselves from exploitation or surveillance.
Here's another angle we have to consider: job displacement. With the rise of AI and automation, we're seeing machines take over tasks that used to be done by humans. From factory workers to even creative professionals, how do we handle that shift?
Yeah, it's crazy to think that AI could soon be creating art, writing, or even making decisions traditionally made by people. So, what happens to the people whose jobs are taken over by machines?
This raises a lot of ethical questions. Should there be a universal basic income? How do we ensure that people who lose jobs due to AI still have a place in society? These are questions we need to start addressing now, before the problem becomes too big to fix.
Another major issue is accountability. When an AI system makes a mistake or causes harm, who's responsible? If a self-driving car crashes, is it the manufacturer's fault? Or the programmers who wrote the code? Or should we hold the AI accountable itself?
It's tricky, because AI systems learn and make decisions on their own, based on the data they're given. But that also means there's no clear person to blame if something goes wrong.
And when we're talking about life or death situations, like medical decisions made by AI systems, the stakes are even higher. If a robot makes a mistake, who do we hold accountable? It's a grey area, and one that we'll have to sort out as AI becomes more involved in high-risk sectors.
Let's talk about the bigger picture for a moment. There's also the ethical dilemma of AI's potential to make decisions that we might not agree with, decisions that we can't fully understand.
Right. We already know that AI is incredibly powerful when it comes to analyzing data. But what happens when AI starts making decisions that influence society in ways we didn't expect? Take predictive policing, for example. AI could predict where crimes might happen based on data. But how do we know the data isn't flawed? And how do we ensure the system isn't just reinforcing existing prejudices?
And what about AI systems making choices in life and death situations, like in autonomous weapons or healthcare? If AI starts deciding who gets treated and who doesn't, or even who lives and dies, where does that leave us?
It's a chilling thought, isn't it? And it all boils down to trust. How can we trust these machines to make decisions that impact lives if we don't fully understand how they make those decisions?
So, Jamie, what do you think? Are we ready for these challenges? Is society prepared to handle the ethical issues that come with AI?
It's tough to say. AI is growing so fast, and we don't even know what the next big issue will be. But I think the conversation around these ethical challenges is finally starting to gain traction. Governments, companies, and even everyday people need to start thinking about these problems seriously.
Agreed. And while we're not completely ready, there's still time to put systems in place to address these issues. The technology is moving quickly, but we need to catch up in terms of our ethical and legal frameworks.
Well, that's all for today's episode on AI's ethical challenges. It's a huge topic, and one we'll continue to watch as technology advances. We hope this discussion has given you something to think about.
Thanks for tuning in to the EPT English podcast time. Until then, stay curious and stay mindful.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and feel free to suggest any topics you'd like us to explore next. We're always looking for fresh ideas and love hearing what you're interested in.
Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with anyone who might enjoy the conversation.
We'll see you next time with more exciting discussions. Take care, and remember, your story matters.